course, Paul Aron, younger brother of 2015 Italian F4 champion Ralph Aron, who was gracious enough to join us at Adria, the first round of the Supermaster Series, before he embarks on his European FIA Formula 3 campaign in a few weeks' time, racing for the Prema Power team. And we prepare for the OK final here this afternoon. This is the third round of the Supermaster Series here at La Conca Muro Lecese World Circuit. The OK Direct Drive Final. We go back to 2015. The KF and Junior World Championships were held at this very circuit. Karts make their way out onto the grid. I can tell you there's huge support for the local boy, Luigi Coluccio. The grandstand is packed. And I think probably a good quarter friends, family and fans of the young Italian who only lives a few miles from here, who will start this one out of grid number 2. Well, on a more serious note for a moment, if we can, karting is a very big family all around the world. Many of us know many of us from different countries, different teams, different events, different series. And we are one big family, especially in times of grief. And it is with deep regret that we announce the passing of a good friend of all of us, Mrs. Margaret Powles, back in Australia. Passing away overnight, of course, her husband, I should say, Graham, has been involved in the sport since 1958. Margaret sadly passing away overnight. And on behalf of everyone here in Italy, the WSK promotion team, we pass on our condolences to Graham, Glenn, Stacey and all the family back in Australia. Personally, I know I'm speaking personally here for a moment. Forgive me for doing that, but Mrs. Powles, you'll be missed. The OK final, it will be absolute racing dynamite here at La Conca. There is the grid. It is a world-class field. Starting on pole position to the left of your screen, Johnny, the Englishman Edgar, the reigning junior European champion. On the outside of the front row, Luigi Coluccio, the local boy in the 2:07 Birrell Art, the fastest qualifier on Friday night. There is Edgar. He has been awesome. He will arguably start this one as the favourite. Super speed is the Red Bull talent. There is Coluccio. On Friday night, he scorched around the circuit in 5.87 seconds, nearly 0.3 of a second faster than every other driver. The Birrell Art was absolutely hooked up. Oh, Nicholas for the KSM Schumacher Racing Team. Many a time WSK International Champion. He was third at the World Championships on this very circuit in 20 Racing Team. The German, what a start to his 2018. He won the first round in Adria. He also backed up and won the Winter Cup at Lonato a few weeks later. 5 in the factory Tony Kart. 243 is the Sonic in the 225 Cosmic Kart. Pedrito Hiltbrand, the twins in the desert in Bahrain. He dominated 2016. He's back with the team from Desenzano. The CRG of Pedro from north of Barcelona in Spain. starts out of grid number 7. Alongside the best dressed driver in the field, another CRG, the Spaniard, or the Swiss Spaniard, I should say, Kilian Mayer, in the 238 CRG on the outside of row number 4. That is Zane Maloney. A big hello to everyone watching at the Bushy Park Circuit over there in the Caribbean in the beautiful town of Barbados. Your boy Zane starts out of grid number 9 alongside the racing Russian David Rosenfeld for Ward Racing. Christopher Lullum has had a quiet run here this weekend, but let's not forget, he is the reigning Vice Junior World Champion from London in England. For Forza Racing, starts out at grid number 11 alongside the Swede Gabriel Nord, as ever for the Ward Racing team. There is Gabriel. Had a mixed run in the heats, has certainly got the speed. Can he do it from the 6th row of the grid? That is the question. The 3-minute board goes up as you look at the twice Vice World Champion David Vidales from Leon in northern Spain. The 250 factory Tony Kart made contact with his countryman Pedro Hilbrand in the pre-final. Starts on the 7th row of the grid alongside Timon van der Helm, the Dutchman for the German KSM Schumacher Racing Team. On the 8th row of the grid, Janis Civico, the Spaniard, in the FA kart. And here's alongside Juhal Valtonen. You will recall earlier this morning, Juhal Valtonen did win the pre-final. However, he made contact with Lorenzo Travisanuto and was given a penalty. It could have been worse for the Finn, the Kotila Motorsports entry, racing for UC Kotila, the Formula Super A driver from back in the glory days of 100cc Super A in the 90s. Juhal does start out of the 8th row of the grid. He made contact with Travisanuto, who will line up in the final on grid number 34. He did restart. He finished in 17th spot, just scraping into the final. In the world, La Conca World Circuit in southern Italy. Evan Luigi Carluccio, fastest qualifier on Friday. Tires on it. Massive grip here at La Conca. The most physical circuit in world karting, there is no doubt about it, as he made the pass that ultimately won him the race. The 1-minute board goes. Johnny Edgar, the 3rd generation racer. His grandfather Terry, 1977 British karting champion. Watching on live from back in snowy England in the Lakes District, his grandson, the reigning junior European champion, to start on pole position. That is Coluccio in 207. The green flag flies. The 125cc engines are pushed into life, and we are ready to race what promises to be a spectacular final here this afternoon. This is the grid. Edgar, Coluccio, Nielsen, Hannes Janka, Naomi Lel, Stanek, Hilbrand, the 2016 world champion, alongside his countryman Kilian Mayer. Zane Maloney, David Rosenfeld. On the 6th row of the grid, Chris Lullum, Gabriel Nord, Vidales, Van der Helm, Civico, Valtonen after that penalty. Kramers, watch out for the Dutchman, Andrea Rosso, last year's Junior Supermaster Series champion. Michelotto and Leonardo Bizzotto. The Italians on the 10th row of the grid. Emil Sariavi, Victor Gustafsson, Shishov, Cass Havercourt, Tom Joyner, the 2013 world champion, back in 25. Martinez, Leonardo Marcella, Robin Sario, Marco Settimo, who got up to 5th in the pre-final. Starting alongside Matej Kachowski, Javier Segreira, Vincent Fress. In the final row of the grid, Carl Anton Gerner and Lorenzo Travisanuto. Pole sitter in the pre-final, minding his own business until contact with the Finn has to come from grid number 34. The recently crowned Florida Winter Tour champion. Another event taking place over the other side of the Atlantic. Another round of the Florida Winter Tour over at the Orlando Karting Center. Hello to all our friends over in North America. Indeed, wherever you are watching us all around the world on WSK.IT. This is the final of OK, the Supermaster Series here at Le Conca. 20 laps of this 1.25 kilometre circuit here in South Italy. Coluccio looks across at Edgar. Nielsen with a bit of a problem, raises the arm. Will we go around one more time? Yes, we do. Nielsen raising his hand. Does he have an issue? Or is the super experienced Dane signaling to the race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, that he's not happy with the start? Indeed, he is not the pole sitter, but he starts out of grid number 3. Such is the respect between these drivers and the race officials. But the opinion of these drivers is respected. Nielsen looks to be okay. They go around another time. The final of OK here at Le Conca. That is the chicane where they will launch these karts throughout the remaining 20 laps. Hannes Janka, the all-black machine. It looks as though the German's kart was inspired by Kit from Knight Rider. Didn't have a good run in the heats, but he's got the speed. We go green here at Le Conca. Edgar leads down into turn number 1 straight away. Nielsen into second spot ahead of Coluccio, the young Italian in the Birol Art, into P3. Good start by Noah Millel, the second Tony Kart into 4th. Ahead of Pedro Hilbrand. Millel down the inside, tries to take Coluccio. Nielsen up the inside. Oh, the Dane takes Edgar. What a move on a part of the track where regularly you cannot pass. That was awesome from Nitro Nicholas Nielsen. The KSM Schumacher kart, he launches it over the chicane and now leads the opening lap of this final this afternoon. Coluccio down the inside, almost makes contact with the back of Edgar. Oh, a huge crash, Coluccio's out. Hannes Janka's in the grass, Luigi Coluccio is out. The home favourite has lasted less than 1 lap. A big accident with Luigi Coluccio making contact. You saw it live right here on WSK.IT. Hilbrand has gone through, the beneficiary, into 3rd place. Let's take a look at the replay. They come onto the straight 3 wide well. There was no room for any of them. Kilian Meyer now up into 6th place in the CRG. Coluccio is out. We cannot really apportion blame. 3 into 1 simply do not go. The yellow flag is out. So there is Hilbrand looking down at his engine. You can see the damage to the radiator of the CRG. Will he have a leak in that engine, or will that engine start to leak? You can see the radiators leaning over. Will he start to lose fluid, drop it on the circuit, and then have an overheating engine? That is the question. Chaos here in the opening laps. Luigi Coluccio is out. One of the Tony karts going slow at the back of the field. That's Leonardo Bizzotto. Is down the inside. Goes one of the Tony karts. That was, looks like Noah Millel, we believe, trying to make the move on Kilian Meyer. So we'll check the order for you next time. Across the line, the Cosmic down the inside. That's Roman Starnik. Nicholas Nielsen, the leader from Edgar. Hilbrand 3rd, Maloney into 4th. Then it's Meyer, Millel, Chris Lullam, Starnik, Vidalis, and MK. Moraine Kramers rounds out the 10. Side by side goes Millel with Meyer. We're also looking for Hannes Janka. He's down in P12. So Hannes Janka, one of the fastest drivers here this weekend, caught up in that incident with Coluccio, was forced onto the grass through no fault of his own. The German back in 12th. Can he launch a monumental comeback from there in the TB Motorsport KR chassis? There is Nielsen, Edgar, Hilbrand, and Maloney. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nielsen has a big look behind him. The gap 1.2 seconds. Fastest lap last time round to Zane Maloney, the boy from Barbados. In P4, one step off the podium. Then it's Millel, Lulham, Stanek, Maya. One eye on Lorenzo Travisanuto. Can you believe after 4 laps the Italian from grid 34 has passed 16 go-karts. Travisanuto's into 18th as Maloney goes down the inside of Hilbrand. The driver from the Caribbean is now up on the podium. Yes, all the way from Bushy Park, Barbados, we can hear you cheering on your boy. Zane now runs in P3. He's displaced the 2016 world champion and now sets out after the reigning junior European champion. So the order: Nielsen, Edgar, Maloney, Hilbrand, Millel, Stanek, Lulham, Maya, Kramers and Vidalis. Travisanuto has passed 17 karts. He's into 17th spot as Nielsen briefly gets up onto 2 wheels, coming out of turn number 6. There's Travisanuto coming on screen now. The 255 kart absolutely flying. He's passed these karts on merit, the only 2 retirements. Coluccio with that spectacular crash at the end of the opening lap, and the 2013 world champion, Tom Joyner, he's also out. We take a breath here at quarter race distance. Nielsen, Edgar, Maloney, that's the top 3. Nielsen puts in the fastest lap of the race. 45 seconds for the first 3. They're now starting to go under the 46-second bracket. There's MK, Kramers up into P8 ahead of Vidalis. Hannes Janka goes through ahead of Janis Chivico, the Spaniard. So Janka into P11, winner of the first round of the series at Adria Raceway. They start to settle down as they come around to complete lap number 7. Nielsen with a big look behind him. The Dane, 3rd in the World Championships in 2015 at this very circuit. That day, of course, the race was won by Carol Bash, with Jordan Lennox finishing in 2nd. Nielsen was 3rd on that day. He leads here today, though. The margin, 1.5 seconds over Johnny Edgar. Hilbrand still in P4, so it looks as though he hasn't sustained any lasting damage from that first lap clash. Chivico going through. Michelotto, Rosenfeld, Victor Gustafsson. David Vidalis rounds out the top 15 right behind him. From the back of the grid, need I remind you, Lorenzo Travisanuto. The gap was 1.45 seconds. It's come down to 1.2 now, as Christopher Lulham sets the fastest lap of the race at 45.779 for the Londoner. Edgar, his countryman, takes 3/10 of a second out of the driver on screen. Nitro, Nicholas Nielsen. There's Hilbrand going through ahead of Millel, Stanek, Kramers. There's Hannes Janka. Breathing down his neck is Kilian Meyer, Janka, Chivico, Michelotto. David Rosenfeld, Gustafsson moves up a spot. Travisanuto now in P15, and he's got 12 laps to continue his charge up through the field. The recently crowned X30 Florida Winter Tour champion from grid 34 hasn't set the fastest lap of the race, not far from it though, but he is in traffic. Nielsen coming up to half race distance, the gap down to 9/10 of a second. Zane Maloney puts in a 45.641. Edgar is catching Nielsen. Maloney also closing in on both the leaders. Stanek going through ahead of Lulham. There's Hannes Janka trying to chase down MK Kramers, who only qualified in position 42 on Friday night. We'll check the gap. Last time it was 0.928 of a second. They go past the abandoned kart of Coluccio. Down to 0.6 of a second. The Englishman is catching the Dane as the field pour through the start-finish straight as they bounce off the 16,000 RPM rev limiter into turn number 6. Nielsen, one of the most talented racing drivers in all of world motorsport. International karter, professional driver. He's also racing in the Ferrari Challenge in this year. Recently tested a Ferrari FSX car. Will race a 488 Ferrari in this year's Ferrari Challenge European Series, along with the DKM Championships and of course the WSK Series. He leads this race, but he's coming under pressure. Here comes Johnny, the Englishman Edgar. It's down to 0.4 of a second and he's still got 9 laps to catch him. It's much easier to chase than it is to lead. Maloney trying to keep touch. He's exactly a second behind Edgar in the Forza Racing Express. There's Maloney from Barbados. There is Edgar, who grew up racing on the Rowra track in the Lakes District in Northern England. Closing in on the Dane Nicholas Nielsen. He lives a couple of 100 kilometres from the Danish capital of Copenhagen. He's right up behind the KSM Green Cart. In the slipstream now, he looks behind him. Nicholas, Johnny is breathing down your neck. They go into turn number 1, they run wide onto the runoff area here at Le Conca. Into turn number 3, you can see that green Tony kart flexing the life out of that chassis as they go through turn 3 and 4. That's turn 6. Slides wide onto the runoff area. Now he's going defensive. Johnny Edgar, P2, the Red Bull superstar, the talent, the reigning European champion, breathing down the 21-year-old Dane's neck. Down the inside, is he close enough? Wide. Edgar gets the benefit of the slipstream. He's watching him. He's waiting. He needs to do something soon because the boy from Barbados is now 0.7 of a second into the treacherous turn 6. Oh, the kart of Edgar straight down through the chicane, over the ripple strip, coming. He's joined in the back of Edgar, who lost a little bit of time. 6 laps now remaining. Nielsen has the 13-year-old Englishman. Johnny of the Austrian energy drinks giant. It's wide, puts it just into the middle of the track. Maloney, back to Millell and Lulham racing. This is what we've come to expect from Christopher. He's in position number 5. There he is on the back of the wheel. Maloney from Barbados. In the Caribbean, took part in the Festival of Speed last year where he went wheel to wheel with the 2009 F1 World Champion Jenson Button, and he's now on the back of his Commonwealth cousin. The Dane leads the Englishman. No, he leads the boy from Barbados. Zane Maloney up into second place. Has Johnny Edgar blown his chance? He was all over the back of the Dane. Maloney said, if you won't make a move on Nicholas, I certainly will. First, he displaces Edgar. Zane Maloney up into second place. Awesome racing here at Le Conca. Let's remember Maloney to the Dane Nitro Nicholas Nielsen in the... How good is this at Le Conca World Circuit, and struggling to stay in touch with the leaders, but it never happened. Nicholas Nielsen, it's not Johnny, now it's Zane. Nicholas, Nicholas Nielsen, what a talent. You can set up between these teams and we're talking millimeters. We're talking between the different setups. It is still OTK karts. 1, 2, have a big look behind him. He eyeballed Zane Maloney. The track runs wide, a tighter line from Zane Maloney. Hearing over there at the Bushy Park circuit in Barbados. Your boy Zane Maloney all over the back of the Dane. They go side by side up the back straight. Oh, Edgar, can he do it? Edgar, it looked as though it was all over. Nielsen's in the grass. He's out of it. Zane Maloney second. Oh, what a move, what a race. This is the last lap board. Nielsen will struggle to stay on the podium here this afternoon. He's back in third spot. He's under pressure from Christopher Lulham. He's got past the 2016 world champion, Pedro Hilbrand. There is Lulham. He's just got him back though. Zane Maloney. Edgar, will he run out of time? This is the final lap. It's been a long time since we've heard the national anthem of Barbados in international motorsport. down through the chicane. This is an awesome result for the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team driver. Edgar will not do it. He's too far back. They come onto the straight. The winner is the boy from Barbados, Zane Maloney. He wins here at Le Conca Muro Lachaise. Unbelievable as Edgar comes across the line in second. And the 2016 world champion, Pedrito Hilbrand for Team CRG from Spain, comes home in position number 3. Oh, what a race. And Zane Maloney has won it. They will be celebrating in the Caribbean tonight. Zane Maloney for Ricky Flynn Motorsport from Barbados has won the 3rd round of the Supermaster Series. Edgar 2nd, Hilbrand 3rd, Nicholas Nielsen, position number 6. This was the start of the race. Remember, Coluccio started on the outside of the front row. Didn't make it to the end of the first lap, unfortunately, for the young Italian. Edgar led off the start. And it wasn't long before Nicholas Nielsen made his move to go through into the lead. Coluccio, Edgar and Hilbrand 3 into 1. Does not go coming onto the straight. A big crash which also cost Hannes Janka time. Coluccio at the top of your screen absolutely furious, and his race was over. Maloney started carving his way through the field. Remember, the young driver from the Caribbean started out of grid at number 9 to come home and win. Hannes Janka also involved in that first lap incident. It cost him time. The German still looking good in the series though. He did finish in position number 8. We'll get to the full results for you in a moment. Indeed, Hannes Janka provisionally does in fact still lead the championship. 137 to Edgar on 118. Nielsen is still in 3rd in the series. Maloney with an awesome pass on Edgar. Edgar started to fall back. And that was the move that won the young Barbadian the race. Edgar, Nielsen, they went side by side. Nielsen off in the grass. Maloney launched it over the ripple strip to avoid contact with the Englishman Edgar. And from there went on to take a brilliant win. The checkered flag for Zane Maloney. He wins here at Le Conca. Edgar 2nd and Pedro Hilbrand for Team CRG. He is back. He takes the final step of the podium. I'm going to draw your attention to position number 10 from grid number 34. What a drive from Lorenzo Travisanuto. Maloney from Barbados, Edgar from England, and Pedro Hilbrand. That is the podium. We'll bring that to you live in just a few moments. The 3rd round of the Supermaster Series here at Le Conca. The podium presentation in just a moment. What a spectacular race here this afternoon in the OK final. Commiserations to Nicholas Nielsen. He does finish 6th. He is still 3rd in the championship, but does miss out on the podium after leading for most of the race here this afternoon. The drivers making their way up to the podium. What a result, what a brilliant race here this afternoon at La Conca Muro Lucchese World Circuit. It's been a long time indeed. I can't quite remember when we had the national anthem of Barbados ring out, certainly here in Italy. But we will hear that in a few moments' time. An incredible race. The three drivers from three different nations, three different teams as well. The Bridgestone hats go on. And we'll proceed with the podium presentation in just a moment here in the sunshine of La Conca Muro Lucchese World Circuit. Don't forget, we go to Sarno International Circuit in 2 weeks' time, the 1st of April, for the rescheduled round that we missed at Lonato due to the snow. And we conclude a week later on the 8th of April, Sarno, the final round of the Supermaster Series for 2018. We are ready to get underway with the podium presentation here this afternoon. A brilliant drive. He is back with Team CRG in 3rd place, the 2016 World Champion, Pedro Hilbrand. Second place for Team Forza Racing. Let's hear it for Johnny, the Englishman Edgar. What a brilliant drive, what a brilliant race. The winner of the 3rd round of the WSK Supermaster Series, all the way from the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, from the beautiful Caribbean, for Ricky Flynn Motorsport from Barbados, Zane Maloney. The 3rd place trophy to Team CRG, Pedro Hilbrand. The 2nd place trophy to Johnny, the Englishman Edgar. The winner of the 3rd round of the Supermasters Series for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, Zane Maloney. And now, for the first time in a long time, the national anthem of Barbados. The podium for the final of the OK race here this afternoon. We'll step in for a quick word. First of all, 3rd place, Pedro Hilbrand. Pedro, an incident on the first lap there with Johnny and Coluccio. What did happen?
Well, Johnny overtake Coluccio, and they exit the corner really slow, so I gained more speed, and Coluccio turned into me, and I had a problem all the race, so I was debating a little bit about that, but at the end, the last lap was a crazy lap. Niklas was with the tires full of shit, and at the end, we gained a podium. We need to think about the next races. Of course, I want to rate CRG and TM for the hard work. I'm a mechanic, and all the people who support me. Thank you.
Congratulations, Pedro. Great recovery here this afternoon. Johnny, 2nd place here this afternoon. What a race.
Yeah, it was a good race. Niklas had quite a big gap after about 8 laps, and then I slowly started closing in, and then once I got to the back of him, I made a mistake, which probably cost me the win, but I'm really happy with 2nd place. I think we've made really good progress into the 1st round, and I'd just like to thank Red Bull Junior Team, Forza Racing, GFR Engines, my mechanic, my family, TM Engines, and everyone else that's helped me.
Congratulations, Johnny. Well done, mate. Zane Maloney, look down the camera way in the distance. They are watching you live in Barbados. Congratulations. You have won here at La Conca.
Yeah, thank you. The race was good. Just trying to catch Johnny and Nicholas the whole race, and finally got to and made a few moves. Had a few battles with Johnny and Nicholas. He did a good job, and yeah, came out with the win. Like to thank my sponsors Sol, Rockcard Cement, and Bushy Park, Barbados, and Ricky Flynn and Jamie Flynn as well.
Congratulations, Zane. Well done, mate. The final of the OK podium here this afternoon. Pedro Hilbrand, Johnny Edgar, and Zane Maloney. The KZ final in just a moment. There is the podium here. There was the